Hello. Today's lesson is going to be about how to express necessity, lack of necessity, and prohibition in English. We can express necessity in English in different ways, like must, have to, have got to. But there are some differences between them. So here, when we say, for example, all students must have a placement test, and all students have to have a placement test. So here, both sentences using must and have to have the same meaning, which means it is important for all students to have placement tests. So in everyday conversations, we commonly use have to more than must. And must is stronger than have to. It indicates urgency or stress importance. So for example, when I say, "Where's Sam?" I have to talk to her. This indicates that I need to talk to her. But when I say, "Where is Sam?" I must talk to her. This indicates that it is very urgent and I have necessary things that I need to tell her. So using must in daily conversations expresses necessity more than have to. Another way to express necessity is using have got to. Have got to also expresses the idea of necessity, but it is informal and mostly used in spoken English. But have to is used in both formal and informal English. So, for example, I have got to go. I have a class at 10. Or I have to go now. I have a class at 10. Both sentences mean the same thing, that it is necessary to go because the class will start soon. Native speakers pronounce them a little bit different. So for have to, native speakers pronounce them like have to, have to. For has to, has to. For have got to, we can say have gotta or gotta. So for this example, we can say I have gotta go. Or we can say I gotta go. So we can drop have when we pronounce them like native speakers. I gotta go. And about how to form sentences to express necessity using have to, must, have got to. For have to, we use have to with I, you, they, we, or any plural noun. We use has to with he, she, it, or any singular noun. For must, we use it with all subjects, plural or singular. Note here, for all the previous examples, using must, have to, have got to, were used to express present or future necessity. But what if we want to express past necessity? For example, I slept late yesterday, so I woke up tired. So I regret that. So I can say, I had to sleep earlier yesterday. Note here, had to is the past form of have to. So have to for the present and had to for the past. And here there is no form of must for the past. We only use had to. Another example, we can say, I had to take my umbrella because it's raining now. Or I had to study hard yesterday because the exam is difficult. We finished with how to express necessity. Now, how to express lack of necessity. But first, what do we mean by lack of necessity? Lack of necessity means that it is optional. I can do it or don't do it. For example, when I say, I don't have to drive to work, it means that it is optional for me to drive to work or to take the bus. Another example, we can say, it's raining, I don't have to go to school. So here, going to school is not important. I can go to school or don't go to school. But for must, it is totally different. So we use negative must to express prohibition, which means it is important not to do that. For example, when I say I must not go to school, that means it is very important not to go to school. Another example, when you say you must not drive. So this means it is very important not to drive. It is prohibition to drive. And note here, when we make negative, must plus not is gonna be mustn't, mustn't. So the first T is silent, mustn't. And because mustn't is very strong, we can use imperative to express prohibition, like don't drive to work. You can't drive to work, or you would better not drive to work. So to conclude, we can express necessity in English using have to, must, and have got to. Must is the strongest. Have to is used in both formal and informal English, while have got to is informal. Is informal and used primarily in spoken English. To express necessity in the past, we can use had to, because there is no form of must for the past. To express lack of necessity, we can use don't have to or doesn't have to. To express prohibition, we can use mustn't or imperative. By this point, we finished this lesson. So watch this video to know how to express advisability using should, ought to, and had better. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.